Hi, this is Maneesh Vijaya from PM Raw. Of late, I've been a member of a lot of PMP groups on Facebook as well as LinkedIn, and I'm really shocked by what I see over there. People who are ready to pay $555 for a PMP certification exam are actually asking each other for illegal copies of some of the popular books, right? That's extremely deplorable. You guys should not be doing it. This is not done, right? It creates two major issues with you. Issue number one, you're trying to actually study by spending as little money as possible. In fact, if you would have it, you'll probably not spend any money at all, and that's a very dangerous thing. Which means it's in your psyche to go for the cheapest resources, the freemost resources, the cheapest resources to study for PMP. And that's where you're absolutely wrong. I don't mean that you have to spend a bomb, you have to spend a lot of money, on PMP preparations, but do not go for the cheapest resource. Now, imagine you're walking down a street with a lot of restaurants on either side of the street, right? You're looking around and you're saying food here, food there, certain preparation of dishes there, certain preparation of dishes over there. And suddenly you come across a restaurant or a couple of restaurants which are offering the same food at 1/10 the price. My question is, would you go and eat it over there? Think about it. Would you go and eat your food over there, which is 1/10 the price of all the other restaurants which are offering, right? If, yeah, you're really thinking twice. You probably never go there, because how can you really expect a person to give you food, wholesome food, which is healthy for you, at 1/10 the price which others are, offering it for? Think about it. Then how would you allow people to feed your mind, feed your brains with garbage at 1/10 the price or even free? Need to understand that. Somebody who charges a very small amount of money for PMP preparations, and if it's only a price war going on between different PMP training providers, it's better to stay away from them. I'll tell you the reason why. Do you really think that they will have the best trainer training you because the person would have any experience? Those guys are just going to read it out, or they'll just make a very good looking material, a material that looks good but does not provide you value. Think about it, right? Some of the highest rated Udemy courses, which I personally, because somebody recommended, I actually went there to see for myself. I paid for it, and I was shocked to see they are not even covering 50% of the entire PMP stuff that you should cover, and people are paying for it. That gentleman is the highest rated, right? People go by the hundreds and thousands to watch that video. It's of no use. It's useless, absolutely literally useless. And that's why once people pay for that, they pay a few dollars for that, then they pay a lot of money to get hold of some books. They try to get it for free, so they get some outdated, incorrect books or free resources. Then they try, not confident over there because all these materials are not making you confident enough. So you go ahead and try and go for some free resources, leaked question papers or some stuff, nefarious stuff, and you kind of get hold of it as cheap as possible, and you don't even realize that some of those questions, some of the practice and material that you're doing is from a different edition altogether. It's from a completely different, earlier expired edition, and you're doing that. And it's crazy, and that's what people do, and they don't even realize that they are setting themselves up for failure. Now, some of the smarter of the lot, they actually realize the mistake and then buy a proper book or actually undertake a complete new training. A lot of people who come to me for training are people who have been trained a couple of times by different companies. There's no point taking names, it's not really done, but so many, quite a few, right? And that's very surprising. And when I actually start talking to them, when I actually start explaining to them about different concepts, they begin to go like this. Oh, I've done 2 trainings before, but nobody told me like this. This was not even discussed. oh my God, I could never imagine that the training could be like this. That's what people do. And it just comes to my mind, like, what was your criteria for going and attending those training in the first place? Was it just the price? It's the same restaurant thing. Like, would you go for the cheap? Like, there are some of the most now let me tell you something about the books. Like the books, the very book that you guys are actually asking for free PDF versions, that you're openly asking for illegal copies, which is a very wrong thing to do, guys. Please understand, you're playing around with the law. Don't do that, right? But even the book, the specific book that you're asking for, is like McDonald's. Right? Just because it's most popular restaurant on the planet does not mean it's good for you. 90% of the people who are regular at McDonald's suffer from some kind of a heart ailment. They are never healthy. They have all kinds of diseases, right? And that's the kind of book that you're talking about, and you want to have and read it. It's like the fast food or PMP. They don't tell you anything. They don't explain anything. They just tell you, if the question says so, answer that. And that's where you're wrong. You're making a huge mistake, guys. Right? Think about it. Go for good trainings, go for good material, so that you would have to spend once. And that service provider, that training provider should be able to provide you everything, right down to practicing questions. Everything should come from a single source. So you know the accountability. Right now, when you go for the cheapest source, they give you all kinds of stupid guarantees. Guarantee in education, man, I can't really believe people fall for that. People do. I don't know, right? Well, McDonald's is making a lot of profit because apparently there are more people. Should I use the word stupid? Yeah, they are stupid. If people eat at McDonald's, they are stupid. They are responsible for what happens to them for their health. I'm sorry, I'm being very blunt. This is PM Raw. That's the kind of books, that's the kind of resources that you are actually trying to go for. Go for a single source. Go for a provider which provides you everything, has accountability, has confidence. Study that. Prepare yourself once, so that you have to pay once, prepare once, attempt once, and clear it once. All right? So this is Maneesh Vijaya from PM Pulse, PM Raw. We tell it like it is. Thank you for watching.